see the balls bouncing off the gym for the last time this afternoon here at Jervey.
Tigers hope to celebrate this final match in the arena as we know what would be a big upset against a top 5 team.
And already on our first play, we had the first ball bouncing off the ceiling. Again, in remembrance of old Jervey.
Quick set and the kill attempt, but Louisville able to get it in as the Tigers get the first point in the match from Aiko Jones. Danny Busboom Kelly. Great career at Nebraska. What a job she has done guiding this Cardinals team in her 8th season. They played for a national title a year ago. Set for Katie Symington. Blocked by Symington. Taylor. Daly got it across for Clemson. Nice touch by Glock. And the kill delivered, and the Cardinals jump out to the 2-0 advantage. Anna DeBeer and Louisville trying to get win number 21 on the year.
Coming from the back row attack there. We knew the Cardinals were going to be setting her a lot, and on that one, she was coming out of the pipe. One-on-one opportunity, and they took advantage of it.
DeBeer's serve. Daly, too strong. On the kill, Block had no chance.
Huge hit by Asia Daly there. And you have Jackie Keir in her 3rd season as the Clemson head coach. She's brought so much recruiting power with some of her transfers this year. And I know she's excited for the new gym.
Off their first point, Devin Taylor, junior out of Spring, Texas, with the serve. Sneaks it across. Oh, the finesse.
And I know we're early here in the match. First set, 2-2. But if the Clemson Tigers can keep battling with the Cardinals like this, that's going to be their key to success this afternoon.
17th service ace this year for the junior Taylor. Block setting it up. And out it goes. Jones trying to get another kill.
So that was actually an awesome serve by the Clemson Tigers and Devin Taylor, their libero. It pushed the Cardinals to be out of system, so they really weren't able to run their offense effectively.
Tigers have their first lead so far. Louisville has won all 11 meetings in this series. Too strong that time for Taylor.
Here's the libero for the Louisville Cardinals serving. She gets a lot of attention. She's so strong. Definitely a leader for the Cardinals.
Lena Scott. And because she was a setter in high school, she kind of has that double-edged sword to her game. That's been really valuable for the Cards this year. Glock the set. And in the middle, so tough to stop. Kara Cressy gets the kill, her first point of the match.
So really this is a free ball opportunity here for the Louisville Cardinals, and they're not going to miss many of those.
22 service aces on the year for Scott. Off the dig. The delivery. Asia Daly, 2nd kill so far.
So this is what's so fun about playing one of the top programs in the country is that you kind of have nothing to lose as the underdog going into this game, which the Clemson Tigers are. So they're just going to play their best volleyball, hopefully have a great time, and they never know what's going to happen.
Just into the match with the serve, McKenna Gildon. Nice block at the net. There was Powell getting involved with Wagner. Kill try denied. Wagner. Off the dig by Glock. Nice job to Beer. And back across it goes for Louisville. Charity Looper. In the middle, Glock. Kind of got out of sequence and out of system with Cressy, but the point will still go Louisville's way, and the Cards back up by 1.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there from the Clemson Tigers, but nothing too bad. You'd rather have 2 players going for the ball than nobody.
Louisville had an 8-game winning streak snapped Friday night when they fell 3-1 at Georgia Tech, another one of those ranked ACC teams. Slavic sets it at the net. Powell.
So far from these Clemson Tigers, this is one of the best and the hottest they've come out that I've seen them play this year so far. Again, it's senior night. It's their last match in the Jervey gym. There's just a lot to celebrate tonight. Plus, they're playing one of the best teams in the country. I hope they keep bringing it. This is great.
Another great crowd in here after they had more than 1,200 in the facility for the Notre Dame win on Friday night. Cressy continues to do great work. A middle blocker is over 180 kills now on the year.
Yeah, Kara Cressy, middle blocker for the Louisville Cardinals. She will hit in front, behind. She's very effective, and it's going to be crucial for the Tigers to always have 2 blockers on her if they can.
Charity Looper, a UCLA transfer. And a service error. Ties us up at 6 apiece. For the most part, it's a homegrown Louisville team, recruits from the high school and club level, but they have added some transfers, a couple from LA, one from UCLA, the other from Southern Cal. And they've got one from Coastal Carolina as well. Strong on the kill. Cressy's off to a really nice start.
Cressy is a 6'6" middle blocker, so that you can see she takes advantage of her height. You know, she moves well side to side. Again, Clemson Tigers are going to have 2 blockers on her to stop that.
She's back to serve. So on the service error, 7-7. Now McKenna Slavic on her senior day. Can't say enough, really. You could talk for a long time about all she's brought to the program. Nice dig by Glock. Good touch getting it across by Jones.
Free ball sent over.
Mistiming it. Pegrin Kong, first time we've heard from her today, and it goes as a point for Clemson.
A little bit of a gift there that the Louisville Cardinals gave to the Tigers. Miscommunication, mishitting on a free ball opportunity. You're not going to see them mess those up too often.
Tigers moving back in front. DeBeer, beautifully set.
Yeah,
that's how you get close to 275 kills coming into this match.
Wow, and you can see here, right, she just reaches so high and finds that deep cross-court corner, which is so difficult to defend.
DeBeer, a senior, missed most of last year due to injury. Ella Glock out of Wahoo, Nebraska, not far from Omaha. Symington on the set from Slavic. Give the point to Clemson.
Cardinals in the net on that play. So again, kind of a free point, a gift there for the Clemson Tigers. But the Tigers are coming out strong. They're coming out hot. And, you know, they're showing no fear against playing one of the top teams in the ACC. Actually tied for first top team in the ACC.
4-way tie as the day begins. Mia McGrath. Glock sets it up. DeBeer blocked at the net, but a little bit too strong for Symington and Daly. So Louisville ties it up at 9.
And last year, 5 teams from the ACC went to the NCAA tournament. So there's going to be 2 more weekends of regular play. It'll be interesting to see how many teams go this year from the ACC.
Tiger team that, as you see, has 15 wins. Of course, a tough road ahead. They'll close out the campaign away from home with the final 4 games. Daly, and she couldn't keep it in. But an opportunity to bring the RPI, which is currently at 69, up into the top 50 where you want to be come selection time if they can find success with upcoming road trips to places like Notre Dame, NC State, Duke, and Virginia Tech. Tech team that we saw in here a few weeks back against Clemson in one of the better matches this year for the Tiger squad. And they came away with a 3-2 win.
All right, so that's a nice hit there for the Clemson Tigers.
Kennedy Wagner coming through.
And what's fun about this is Wagner goes up, she hits high, she hits hard, she hits off the blocker's hands for the Cardinals, and that ball goes out of bounds, so it automatically becomes a point for the Tigers. Wagner
has to be in the conversation for ACC Freshman of the Year with the season she's had.
Yeah, she brings it when it comes to serving and the number of aces. Wow. We just see her add a block right there. The kill before that. Here again, a replay of Kennedy Wagner. She gets her hands way over the net and brings the ball back to the center of the court.
Great elevation, 6 feet, the freshman from Valparaiso, Indiana. Taylor with Clemson back up by a point. Glock. DeBeer, soft touch. Taylor, Slavic, Powell. Good job in the recovery by Jones. Little touch and dropping it in beautifully for the point, Charity Looper.
And Looper has over 200 kills for the year so far. I'm sure she's looking to add to that tonight. She's an outside hitter.
second on the team with 2:27 as the match begins. And keep in mind, De Beer leading them with about 2:70 at this point. Daly, beautiful set. Way too strong for Ella Glock.
Wow, and that's so fun because even the hit before that where Asia Daly went up, swung super hard and was out of bounds. I'm just so happy to see her go after it again. Beautiful set. I mean, look at the power on that hit.
Boy, folks still coming into Jervey Gym, and we're filled up on both sides. Nice turnout here for the final home game of the year. Boy, making it look too easy that time, Aiko Jones.
Yeah, Aiko, she just jumps so high and has such a high reach. She certainly can hit very hard, but there she used just a little finesse shot to get it in between the Clemson blockers.
Three-time All-ACC first-teamer. Arrived at Louisville back in 2018, so she has been a staple in the Cardinal program. Slavic at the net. She had Cressy right there.
Wow, and it's so fun, those opportunities where the ball's like kind of tight to the net. You don't know which team's going to win it, but setters, I tell you, they have like a lot of pride in these plays. So she's going up against the 6'6" middle blocker for the Louisville Cardinals and comes out with the win.
And if Slavic adding to her kill totals. That time, too tough to handle for Camden Tran.
Just talked about Kidney Wagner's aces.
Well, she's a team leader. She's close to 40 on the season. She had 2 Friday night as Clemson turned back Notre Dame 3-1.
And again, she's only a freshman for the Clemson Tigers, and she is just so energetic. She plays and competes very hard every match in all aspects of the game.
Block at the net. Powell that time. Looper went for the kill, but Powell had too much for her.
So this is
Take a timeout. Come back to Jervey after this. The final game in Jervey Gym as it looks now. We'll show you a little bit later what they're going to do to the building here and the surrounding area. A huge upgrade coming for the home of Clemson volleyball. Adria Powell being celebrated, one of the seniors on her senior day, a freshman, the next generation of Clemson volleyball, just served at Wagner and delivering a kill. Charity Looper may be out of frustration after being blocked moments ago by Powell.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, there's a strategy that one of your star players, if she gets blocked or if she makes a hitting error, you know, often you actually want to go back to her. Like, get her back in her momentum, show that you trust her. And that's
Second
exactly
on their
what they
team,
did.
22 service aces on the year. Chenko for Clemson. Powell pushed it back. Glock.
So Clemson has 3 of their seniors in the front row right now.
Well, one she'd like to have back for Ella Glock.
And they are wanting to defend their home court. They're wanting to defend their last home match here. And this old Jervey Gym brought so many great memories. You have Slavic there, the setter, the leader, the graduate senior for the Clemson Tigers. It's going to be tough to lose her, but I know she's got great things in her future.
Powell jumping into the serve. At the net. Great job by Kachenko. Sometimes it just works out. Frustrated with how that block looked like it was shaping up for the Tiger transfer from Oregon State. Give her the point. She stands to the right. Another of the Clemson freshmen, Katie Symington. Scott. De Beer got it across. Slavic sets it up. Symington.
So the Louisville Cardinals already called 1 timeout. Now they're calling a 2nd timeout already in this first set.
Kate Symington delivering the kill. Louisville having come off just its 3rd loss of the year, reeling here in the early going. As you see, Clemson's built its largest lead of the opening set at 5, and Jackie Simpson-Keir's squad trying to get a 16th win. A year ago, they won just 13, so you see the improvement. So you see the coach going over things with their team, trying to knock off a heavyweight. Not only one of the best teams in the ACC, as we pointed out in the Open, one of the very best in the nation, the number 3 ranking, and they have played a tough schedule outside of the conference as well.
Yeah, and they lost on Friday night to Georgia Tech. There's currently a 4-way tie in the ACC. But I think, you know, already this afternoon, nobody really expected Clemson to come out on fire like they are. And again, there's a lot to celebrate today. Senior night, last match in what's called Old Jervy. I think just a lot of emotions happening, but right now it's happening in Clemson's favor because Louisville's really not playing too bad. I think really the Clemson Tigers are just bringing it.
Quality of their losses, only 3 of them, as we pointed out. Stanford, and then at NC State, at Georgia Tech inside of the conference. So they have been able to fend off all others. Tigers trying to give them what would be a rare loss on the season for their veteran head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly, and the Cardinals. Last season, the Louisville team that won 31-3, so they're trying to avoid losing for a 4th time for the first time in a couple of seasons.
And it's great to see Jervy Gym is packed. Lots of fan support here. You know, big win by the Clemson Tiger football game yesterday.
Powell with the serve. Block setting it up. DeBeer. Too strong. You have to wonder when you're on the road, they played at Georgia Tech, much different arena than here, and how much it takes in game sequence, as we see DeBeer deliver that time, just to kind of get used to the surroundings 2 games at once. And you could say the same for a basketball team, but more times than not, they don't play in 2 different arenas in the span of less than 48 hours.
Right, yeah, no, that's definitely a challenge with volleyball. And again, with like some of these California teams that are coming into the ACC, next season, we're going to see how the traveling is going to go for some of these sports, but it is very challenging to play 2 matches on the road. When I played, we played actually Friday night and Saturday night, so we'd be in Ohio State one night, Penn State the next night. I mean, it is pretty crazy.
A little push by Slavic. Signature move for her at the net. We've seen it so often. 6-point advantage.
You learn to sleep on the plane, sleep on the bus, just sleep whenever you can.
Slavic caught Louisville napping there for a moment, if you will.
Absolutely. That's one of her signature moves. You know, again, as she's the setter for the team, but she certainly brings it with her attacking.
Nice dig. Going down low by Lucas. Slavic sets it up. Daly. But too strong.
Daly's actually swinging very well tonight. Currently, you know, she's had just a couple errors, but overall she's just swinging very high. And most of her balls are effective.
Ella Glock, transferred from Southern Cal, really her first year playing college volleyball as she sat out last year. And she is young in volleyball years, as her head coach will tell you. She has several players that fall into that category. How about McGrath?
And I knew the Clemson Tigers would be celebrating after that point. That was a huge dig from Devin Taylor. And Mia McGrath said, I got you, teammate. I'm going to put this ball away for us.
Taylor leading the Tigers in digs. Another timeout on the floor with a 5-point opening set. Tigers on top. Told you Clemson has not beaten Louisville a year ago. They fell up in Kentucky in a 3-0 sweep. And the Louisville squad this year, which has been dominant, they have 14 sweeps in the season, but not looking like that. It's going to play out that way for
And for those newer to volleyball, we're in the first set. It's going to be best of 5, and you play till 25 points. So right now, Clemson's pushing toward that 25-point mark to win the first set against one of the top teams in the ACC and one of the top teams in our country.
Jackie Simpson-Keir's team, the fact that they were able to go on the road, win at Syracuse and Boston College, back-to-back road matches last weekend, then come home and beat what is always a very good Notre Dame program. It's another sign, I think, of progress because they responded with 2 big wins on the road and then didn't let their guard down on the home court. If they win today, and it would be a stunning upset, it would also match the longest winning streak of the season at 4. So you can see the progress here in year number 3 under the head coach.
And it is senior night for the Clemson Tigers. There's still 2 weekends left of regular season play, but because of the gym renovations happening for the Clemson Tigers, which immediately start tomorrow, this is actually their last home match. So I think the team itself, they're very cohesive. They're playing for each other. They're certainly playing for their seniors. They want to take a huge win this afternoon against one of the best teams in the country.
Mia McGrath with the serve. Looper, the dig. DeBeer couldn't save it. 22-15.
I mean, right now it's so fun to watch because the Clemson Tigers, they're just acting like, yeah, this is what we're supposed to do. This is how we play all the time. We want to be up 22-15 against the Louisville Cardinals.
McGrath, the sophomore, just outside of Chicago. DeBeer, the dig, block, setting it. Big time swing. And the point for Aiko Jones. Graduate from Kingston, Jamaica, 3-time All-ACC first team. And that's what it looks like.
And really, I mean, the Clemson Tigers had almost 2 blockers up against that. Aiko Jones, she just jumps so high, she hits so high that she's extremely difficult to defend. The reason they haven't played her more yet is because Clemson's keeping Louisville out of system with their serving.
Not what DeBeer and the Cardinals needed. They give the point right back.
Yeah, I think Louisville's, I don't want to use the word giving up on this set, but I think they're trying to sort of survive this set and move to the second one. The Clemson Tigers are just too hot right now.
Devin Taylor tries to get the Tigers a point closer. Set by Glock. Block at the net. Powell.
I mean, the Tigers are doing it all. They're serving well. They're blocking well. Here's Adria Powell coming in. Again, the graduate senior transfer.
For the set victory. Block again, setting, and that time another kill for Aiko Jones. Closing in on 180 in her graduate season.
This is Jones' 8th kill for the match already. Again, we're just in the first set.
Elena Scott jumping into the serve. Oh, right there, just too easy for Kara Cressy. Slavic could see that she wasn't going to be able to line it up, but Cressy able to dominate.
Yeah, so Slavic's technically in the back row here, so she's not allowed to jump up and block. So Cressy there knows that, and it's 6-6. She said, thank you.
Scott again serves. McGrath, Slavic, Wagner couldn't get it across.
Let's see,
a couple
Wagner
of points here for Louisville
on that attack. I hope she's not injured in any way. It looks like Clemson Tigers are going to take a timeout and talk about it.
Yeah. Louisville moves back within 5 after trailing just moments ago by 7. And Tigers sitting on set point. We'll keep an eye on Kennedy Wagner, who has headed over to the bench and is sitting there. Folks into it so far. Clemson has become a better defensive team this year. If you look at their kill rate, they're nearly at a 100 deficit coming into the match, and they were a better offensive team last year, but they've compensated for being underwater in kills with such great work at the net. Adria Powell's arrival has a lot to do with that. I think Kate Symington, her growth has been a big story too.
Right, and Kate Symington's just a freshman for the Clemson Tigers, so I think she's learned a lot, playing with Adria Powell. So hopefully she can, she's going to need to be one of the leaders on the team next year as a sophomore returning in the middle. Yeah, blocking though, the Clemson Tigers have done a great job. They already have 3 blocks tonight.
Symington at 6'4", just a freshman, gives her head coach a very good player to build around with some other young players who will be coming back. And a Clemson team trying to get off to a good start here. Once again, looking at set point, it'll be Louisville to serve.
Yeah, so the Tigers are 1 point away from taking the first set off of Louisville. With a record of 20-3, 11-2 in the ACC. They're currently tied for first with 3 other teams in the ACC. Known for being one of the strongest programs in volleyball in the nation.
So once again, a serve to try to stay alive for Scott and the Cardinals. Wagner back on the floor. McGrath, really nice dig to Beer. At the net, Scott unable to get the dig, and the Tigers get set number 1, 25-19 against number 3 Louisville. Cardinals eventually went on to the victory in 5 sets. So trying to take a 2-0 advantage in sets, but it doesn't get off the right way. Too strong by McKenna Slavic.
So this will be so crucial in this second set. So Louisville, I mean, they're definitely upset. They lost to Georgia Tech on Friday. They do not want to lose to the Clemson Tigers when they're starting to focus on really their off-season and postseason, how they're going to do in the NCAA tournament. So it'll be up for the Tigers to keep that momentum, keep the foot on the gas.
Looper answered by Taylor. McGrath blocked at the net. Jones right there with the 6'6" Kara Cressy.
Yeah, so McGrath used that Louisville Cardinal block. She's so good at this. So she waits, she times it. She just says, give me those hands. And thank you. She hits the ball out of bounds, which is a point for the Tigers.
McGrath the serve. Set. Oh, really nice job. Dig it out of there by Jones, but then getting out of system, and Cressy couldn't save it.
Great job by Symington on that block. She held her hands a little longer, which was so crucial because here you can see like the ball's just out of play. She's just smart. She's waiting. And Louisville right now is really out of sync. So I don't know, kind of what's going on again. A hard loss to Georgia Tech on Friday. Like they've got to refocus if they want to win this match.
Mia McGrath with the beer on the dig. Now Scott. Looper, gentle touch. Slavic. Taylor setting up. Daly blocked. Daly again. And once again, Cressy. Her coach says she's the one who's made the biggest leap from last year to this year. And at 6'6", she already has an advantage when it comes to making a leap.
Yeah, that's helpful to start with that height. But wow, I mean, she jumps well. Her hands are way over the net. So it's not how high you go necessarily. It's how far over the net you can get your hands to seal the gap.
Third-year sophomore played at Black Hawk High in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Here's a serve by Echo Jones. Daly off the set from Slavic.
They called a touch on that, so that would be a point for Clemson. Even though the ball looked like it went out of bounds, the line judge saw that the ball went off the Cardinals' hands on the block. And so a point for the Tigers.
At the net, Wagner. Daly kept it alive. Slavic gets it across. Glock setting it up. So strong. Charity Looper.
Yeah, big cross-court hit by Looper. Very difficult to defend.
First season with the Cardinals after transferring from UCLA, originally from Dallas. Now she's back to serve. Came in with 22 aces on the year. Tied for second on their team. Slavic sets it up. Wagner.
She was aiming for the line, but she caught the antenna of the net. So that means the ball is out of bounds and a point for the Cardinals.
Kennedy Wagner, after slipping in that first set, bit of a scare, but she looks just fine. Just couldn't direct it the way she wanted to. So Louisville serves with the 1-point advantage early on here in set number 2. Slavic behind her to Daly. Really nice dig. Great job by Schramm. The Tigers come away with a point.
Great hit by Asia Daly. That ball did go off the ceiling. So for the Cardinals, they had it dug, but it bounced off the ceiling, which again is why this whole Raise the Roof project's happening here for the Clemson Tigers. But right now, they're going to take advantage of that home court.
McKenna Gildon, one of the 3 true freshmen who's really played a big role this year for the Clemson team. There's a set for Cressy. Really nice job by Ella Glock. That's why she's closing in at 800 assists on the year. With Slavic, you've got roughly 1,500 assists on the floor this season. And there's McKenna Slavic for the Tigers, her senior day, trying to get her team a 16th win. Set for Powell. Now a set for Looper. Boy, from the middle.
From the back middle, even. It's hard to tell, but that was actually a back row kill. Wow. This is a very athletic play.
Charity Looper, second on their team in kills when the match began. Slavic setting it up. Wagner.
That was a great hit by Kennedy Wagner. I'm watching Louisville's player number 10.
Yeah, Pegram Kong at 6'4", very imposing,
Yes.
but not daunted was Kennedy Wagner.
I think it almost bounced off her head. Yeah, so tough play. I mean, great hit, great kill. It also shows you how high over the net Kong gets.
Tigers a chance to tie things up at the net. Nice touch by Glock. Pushed back by Powell. Scott setting it up, and DeBeer dropping it in.
All right, so that should be the 10th kill, I believe, for DeBeer tonight. Heading here, we're in the second set. She's been a little bit quiet. We'll see if they can get her going now.
Here's the serve by Glock. Powell, great dig looper. Jones keeps it alive. Scott got it across. Slavic tried to sneak it over. Good recovery by Scott. Selly off the dig. The set by Slavic, and Powell coming through.
Nice hit out of the middle from the graduate senior, one of the leaders for the Clemson Tigers, Adrian Powell.
7-6 in set number 2. Tigers trying for a first ever win against Louisville after winning just a third set all time in their series with the Cardinals. We come back after this.
Who do you think taps out first?
I think the duck goes the distance.
All right, you about ready to get out?
And the point will stand, so play will stand. Tigers trying to do something they've only done once in the series with Louisville, win a second set in a match. Tough to do, though, when you've got a counter, Iko Jones. 2-point advantage, whereas Clemson eventually built a lead out to half a dozen points plus in the opening set. Louisville could never really get going in the first set, and they're trying to now establish themselves in set number 2. Here's DeBeer. I think it's a very important point in this entire match right now for the Cardinals, because they're the team that's supposed to be coming in here and dominating. DeBeer, no chance for Gildon, and out it goes.
So DeBeer here hitting out of the backcourt, which she's so effective at. That's called the pipe position.
Service aces on the year for the senior from right there in Louisville. They've got a couple of hometown players who've made big contributions. Glock setting it up for Looper. Cardinals building on their biggest lead so far this afternoon.
And this is what the Cardinals do so well when they're playing, their game. So it's great defense. You saw the libero for the Cardinals, picked up that tip and then put the ball down for the kill.
Cardinals by 4 in the second set.
Who do you think taps out first?
I think the duck goes the distance.
All right, you about ready to get out? What's that?
Front and center in a good part of that has been their head coach, Danny Busboom-Kelly. But 5 titles since arriving in the ACC, going back to 2015.
Yeah, so tonight they're trying to defend. They're tied right now with 3 other teams in the ACC, and they certainly are needing the win tonight to have a chance at winning the ACC this year.
DeBeer does so many things well. Played at Assumption in Louisville in the high school
tough
ranks.
serve. So Clemson Tigers are out of system. They're giving a free ball.
Set delivery, Jones. They have really gotten it working now, both the right side and the outside.
This is where the Cardinals are just so tough. They have so many weapons. Again, even DeBeer coming out of the back row. And so the Tigers right now are having trouble. As you can see there.
Not the dig
really
that Gildon was looking for, and once again out of system, and a couple of quick points coming out of the break for the Cardinals. They're up by half a dozen. Keep in mind, this is a Louisville team that has been dominant, not only in getting out to a big start on the season at 20-3, but 14 sweeps. There's a set beautifully by Jones, and Taylor had no answer. And you have to realize, among their wins this year, they held Wake Forest to 5 points in one set. I mean, it tells you just how dominant they can be at times.
Yeah, that's really tough to do in rally scoring because every single play results in a point. So that means they made, only 5 errors or gave the team only 5 opportunities for a point.
One of the few errors they've had in set number 2. De Beer too strong. First point for the Tigers here in a bit, and they're back within 6.
And what the Tigers did so well in the first set is they served very tough. So the Louisville Cardinals were really out of system. You can see now that they're playing with much more fire. So we'll see here if the senior McKenna can bring the Tigers back in.
Daly with a rare dig. McGrath. Oh, great job by Scott. Looper. Taylor. McGrath blocked. Really great job by Symington.
Nice block coverage for the Tigers.
Woo! There's a big swing. Nickname PK, last name Kong.
Yeah, beautiful in-system play here. So again, this is about as good as volleyball gets. Perfect pass, set, and hit. Sioux
Falls, South Dakota. Came to Louisville to play her college volleyball. Well, no doubt, Lena Scott would love to have that one back. One of the better servers on her team. That, I really thought, is what was a big factor for Louisville losing the first set. And with the service errors, there were just enough of them to kind of keep them from ever getting any momentum going. And that's 3 points the opponent will always take. De Beer off the long serve by McGrath. Gentle touch by Jones. Taylor sets it up. Wagner. Back-to-back points for Clemson.
Really tough shot there by Kennedy Wagner, the freshman for the Clemson Tigers. So she waits, she times the ball because this is a set coming from her libero, Devin Taylor, and she just somehow squeaks it past the 2 Cardinal blockers down the line.
De Beer. Scott set it up nicely. Or block, rather, setting it up nicely for Cressy.
Yep, we talked about the 6'6" middle blocker for the Louisville Cardinals. Cressy there. She's improved so much this season.
Aiko Jones. Look at the All-ACC first team. You'll see her name in recent seasons, and that time she gets an ace. Now Louisville by 7. It's interesting, they only really have 8 players who've amassed significant stats, and we've seen them work in a couple of others so far. But when you've got talent like Jones, you want to have that player on the floor as much as possible. Wagner. Big response for Clemson. Tigers were showing life. Louisville got back up by 6.
Yeah, great pass there by Devin Taylor. Big swing off the block for Kennedy Wagner.
Louisville's 7-point lead reduced back down to half a dozen. Taylor serves, and out it goes.
So now in this set, the Clemson Tigers are definitely missing more than they did in the first set. So again, you can see it's reflected in the score. Whichever team can minimize their errors but still play very aggressively usually comes out on top.
Looper from the Big D with the serve. McGrath, Slavic. Really nice set. Powell right there for the kill.
Adria Powell, she's fired up for her senior night. Again, the nice set from McKenna Slavic here. And Adria Powell just follows her setter, but is in the air, and McKenna delivers a great set there.
Powell had a big night the other night against Notre Dame. 14 kills. De Beer too strong. Back-to-back points for Clemson, back within 5. Several seniors and grads on the team, but as their head coach told us before the match, not a lot of experience in terms of high-level volleyball. Several players have had their roles increased this year or last, but De Beer right there, reliable, and missed most of 2022, so she kind of had to get back in the flow this year as well.
And she has such an interesting swing. I mean, she's definitely a player that has impacted the sport of volleyball, certainly the Louisville Cardinal volleyball program. She's brought such great leadership, but she hits the ball so flat and hard. There's not a lot of topspin on it.
Wow. Big time power right there. Kennedy Wagner. Closing in on 200 kills in her freshman year.
That's an impressive statistic for a freshman, for sure. And she usually brings it from the service line, so this is what the Tigers will need right now at this point in the game, is for Kennedy Wagner to get some aces for them, throw the Cardinals out of system.
Versatile player, leads the Tigers in the service ace category. Kong with a big swing, and Gildon could not answer.
And that's what you see when the Louisville Cardinals are able to be in system. It's just so difficult to defend them. They have so many weapons. Right now, look at this lineup for them in the front row. So you have Kong in the middle, you have Aiko, and you have DeBeer, who we've talked about a ton already tonight.
And Looper's done some good work at that. Service error for Glock.
And I said Aiko by Aiko Jones.
Louisville had 3 big ones in the opening set. It seemed like more.
All right, so there you go. Out of system play. So it gives the Clemson Tigers a free ball. And they take advantage.
Katarina Tkachenko. Tkachenko, the Oregon State transfer. Seen her role increase in recent matches.
So that was fun. That was actually an all-senior play right there. Slavic dug it, and a little change of roles there. Powell set it, and Tkachenko put it down.
Looper flying in, but Glock unable to save it. Back-to-back points for Clemson, suddenly within 3 after trailing by 7 just moments ago. Cardinals want to talk it over. Jackie Simpson-Keir's team not going away after getting that opening set victory. They'd love to go up 2-0. Senior day for the Clemson squad. Of course, some new players coming to the program, like Powell and Kolomovic, Tkachenko, McKenna Slavic. She has been a stalwart. Well, they will all be celebrated as today continues.
And Slavic hit 2 major milestones in her career for the Clemson Tigers. She had over 1,000 digs, over 1,000 assists. She's just been such a great leader, such a good role model for all the young players looking to play in college one day that have watched her here in Old Derby Gym.
Kolomovic added pride. You see her number 12 as she grew up just down the road, was on a state championship program at St. Joe's in Greenville, came from Mississippi State, getting her grad degree. Other transfers coming in from Ohio State and Oregon State. And then, of course, Slavic. Been here for several seasons. A fabulous turnout. So they had 1270 in here on Friday night, and I would think they have matched that here today. You know that we've got folks sitting on the side of the arena. This is us up here at the top of the screen. Notice Aaron was diligently looking up stats and crunching numbers. And you know that when you've got a big crowd on this side of the arena, as well as the side opposite from where we are and where the team benches are, you know you've packed the place, and that they have today. Off the Powell serve.
Almost an
one-handed
ace,
touch
which
by Glock.
they would have loved to have that.
Tkachenko!
They'll take that as well. A good old-fashioned, good volleyball kill. Again, Adria Powell with his hands on this play, and Tkachenko loving it. Gets a kill for her. 4
kills. Wagner and Daly with 5 apiece. It's a 2-point set. Louisville, though, able to get a 3-point advantage off the service error.
And the Clemson Tigers are hitting .383 for the match so far.
Anna DeBeer had a service error moments ago, but she is very reliable in that regard. Maselli the dig. Gildon. And that time, just one of those mishaps. Scott, wrong place, wrong time as DeBeer went for the dig.
Yeah, this is, DeBeer was shanking it, so it just unfortunately shanked right into her teammate's head there.
Tigers back within 2. Slavic serving. Glock setting it up. Wow. Crafty by Aiko Jones.
Yeah, I mean, not even really a great set or play there, and Jones is still able to get the kill.
Jones and Louisville back in front by 3. They knew when they had to go face a top 10 Georgia Tech team Friday night that would be difficult. It was. They fell 3-1. Got to think that maybe they weren't expecting what they've gotten so far today out of this Clemson squad.
Yeah, this is crucial for the Cardinals to win this set. But Clemson wants it badly. Oh, no. Massive miscommunication there.
Out of system.
The set to nobody. The
Tiger team that with the win would get back to 500 in the ACC, and that would be the first time they achieved that in several seasons this late in the campaign. Keep in mind, they did not start league play well, so they have been one of the hotter teams over the past month in conference play. We've got a timeout in a 22-18 second set. Tigers trying to make it a weekend sweep here in Jervey Gym, coming off the win against Notre Dame, and when the final match played before they make a huge construction effort in this building and a facility they're building next door that's going to help athletes beyond the volleyball program.
Yeah, it's going to be so exciting to see what happens with all these improvements, and crucial for recruiting and new recruits coming to play here for Clemson. I believe a new locker room, new workout facility, new strength and conditioning, recovery, but most importantly, the whole raising the roof. So volleyball's become so dynamic, so powerful, that when you go to dig a ball, and it's actually a completely good dig, it just goes so high in the air that it's when you play here in Jervey, it has the possibility of hitting off the ceiling.
And between the second and third sets, we're going to show you some of the artist renderings and what things will look like. Again, not just an overhaul of Jervey, but for several teams at Clemson, student athletes will benefit from the new facility, training, and support facility they're building for Tiger Athletics right next door. Elena Scott, All-ACC second teamer a year ago. I'm sorry, an All-ACC performer and a second team All-American a year ago with the serve. Slavic sets it up at the net. Daly, great dig by Scott. Slavic in the middle, Symington, DeBeer couldn't save it. Out of the timeout, Clemson pulls back within 3.
Great hit there by Symington, out of the middle. Just what her team needed at the right time.
Kate Symington's had a big match so far today. A little bit too strong for Glock. Jones at the net. Cressy for Glock. And then Jones, not all that powerful, but putting it in the right place.
Yeah, again, Aiko, she just plays there on the right side. She is a graduate senior for the Cardinals, so she has tons of experience. This will be her last season, and she is helping her team achieve great things.
Having been there since 2018, native of Jamaica. Too strong on the serve. 23-20, Tigers not going away.
Yeah, it's still anybody's set. Clemson Tigers won the first set. We are playing best of 5 sets.
Devin Taylor the serve. Glock sets it up. Block at the net. Wagner against the 6'6" Cressy.
Wow. That just, as the blocker, that feels so good. You know how great the Cardinal attack is. So Penny Wagner's up there on a one-on-one opportunity. She seals the net, pushes the ball back to the center of the court. Those are the kind of blocks you dream about at night.
Another timeout in a 2-point set. Clemson having taken the first one, 25-19. And trying for just the second time in the 12 matches with Louisville to win 2 sets in the same match. The only other time that happened was 2018.
Yeah, Clemson Tigers are playing great this afternoon. Again, senior night, they're celebrating, they're playing well as a team. But it is crucial against a team that is so strong like the Louisville Cardinals for the Clemson Tigers to win. This set would be huge going into the locker room at 2-0.
Boy, a festive Sunday afternoon in Jervey Gym. You saw some of what's been happening around us. Jackie Simpson-Keir, year number 3, and you've seen the progress. Brought in some really good recruiting classes and then mixed in some transfers, and the formula has worked just fine. Team trying to get to a 16th win on the year, and that would ensure
it looks like the Clemson Tigers are taking
winning regular season.
Every second of this timeout to really just have a plan, go back onto the court. It's crucial that they execute it now, so the score would be 22-23. We're playing to 25.
Big moment here.
So Devin
Elena
Taylor,
Scott.
libero
Taylor about to serve. Glock setting it up. They go to Looper. Taylor, what a great job there. Glock again, Looper again. Out it goes. 1-point set.
All right, both team benches are on their feet. So the Louisville Cardinals are wondering if there was a touch. It looks like they're going to use their challenge on this, which the possibility was there. So this is a good challenge. Of course, the Clemson Tigers hope that there was not a touch because the ball did go out of bounds. But this matters so much for the entire match, and especially for this set.
So we will have a second review so far today. And this, yes, as you can look at the numbers. So let's see, was there a touch? I'm not sure I could tell from that super duper close-up. Well, they're gonna try to determine if this Looper delivered the swing.
Looper does not miss often.
Yeah. No,
so
she doesn't.
A rare miss there if the touch is not called.
Wait for a call, and the point of Maine, Wisconsin, we're told the call was inconclusive. So as you said, even though it looked like there was a change of direction, that could simply be the result.
Yeah, you have to take so much into account, like what angle was the hitter coming from? Like, was it even possible for her to hit Asia Daly's hands? And that one, it would have been very, very difficult from the angle she was trying to hit from.
Devin Taylor tries to even the second set. Set by Glock. And you go to the 6'6" Cressy when you need her most.
So another crucial point right here. And then Devin Taylor, she kind of thought like Presti was going for a tip, so she was running forward. But either way, the Tigers right now, they need a side out to stay in this second set.
Charity Looper for the set win. McGrath digs it. There's a set by Slavic. Daly soft touch. Scott came flying in. Glock for Looper. Back to a 1-point set.
And you can tell the Clemson Tigers are just fighting so hard on this point for the set, for this entire match. I mean, they have a lot on the line. Louisville has a lot on the line. They need this match to hold on to their ACC title.
Gildon serving. Glock sets it up. De Beer, too strong. And we're tied.
So again, the oh no.
Oh no, no, no.
No, it's right.
Initially,
okay,
the celebration, the indication, we're going to probably get a review,
So,
but now they've
exactly.
said that it's been a deflection, so Louisville may have just won the set.
I hope
Folks waiting in line outside in the concession area, and they'll be filing back in. McGrath, Wagner, nice dig by Scott. And there is Looper with a beautiful touch. Hung in the air for a while.
Yeah, good out-of-system play there for the Louisville Cardinals. Able to get the point.
Charity Looper, a factor at the net throughout this match. We really saw a lot of Iko Jones in the second set. 2-point win for Louisville. Daly, Jones with the dig. Glock setting up Jones. And Taylor not able to direct that dig where she wanted.
This is a really strong rotation for the Louisville Cardinals. You got De Beer serving, but she also will attack from the back row. So really, Louisville has 4 of their best attackers available right now.
Anna De Beer. Service error.
That's very helpful for the Tigers if De Beer will miss a serve, because that rotation is so scary with the Louisville Cardinals.
8 in the match for Louisville. And for a team that wins at the level that it does, it's obviously a disappointing number. Taylor. Looper off the dig, gets it back from Kong, and the point will go to the Cardinals. For just a split second, I think Powell and the Tigers thought that they had the clean block.
Yeah, Looper just squeaked that one through. She's certainly celebrating. Sometimes you'll take them any way you can get them.
And a Scott libero, but she kind of brings a setter mindset to the game. Wagner with the power for the freshman. Second on this team in kills. And as we said earlier, right around 200 in her freshman season. Becca Maselli was on the court quite a bit in the second set. Tiger sophomore from Naples, Florida.
Yeah, Wagner's actually hitting 400 right now for the match. That's really tough to do as an outside hitter.
Tigers give the point back. Iko Jones. And her serve. Maselli. Slavic. Powell. Great job by Scott. De Beer. Looper at the net. Denied. De Beer for the save.
Good hustle there.
Looper got it across. Slavic sets it up. Powell.
It's such fun volleyball to watch. You know, great hustle from both teams. Louisville Cardinals did not want that ball to die, but Adrian Powell eventually puts it down. 4th
kill for Powell. 14 Friday night in the win against Notre Dame. Back to a 1-point set. Wagner. Scott. Block. Looper. Wagner off the dig. The set. Slavic. Kachenko.
And this is that all-senior front row right now for the Clemson Tigers. So you have Slavic, the set from Slavic here, to Tashenko on the outside. She finds the seam and gets the kill.
She's having a good senior day now with 5 kills. Native of Ukraine, Oregon State transfer.
Great serve there from Kennedy.
Looper. What a great swing, and it's not as if her momentum's taking her toward the net. That's what impresses me so much about her, almost like a quarterback throwing off his back foot in football.
Yeah, no, she's so athletic, and she jumps very high, so she can get a lot of kills just sometimes like being in the air longer than the blockers are.
She's back to serve, just a junior, and too strong.
So we're all tied up here in the third set, and it's 1-1. Clemson won the first set. Louisville won the second set. We're playing best of 5.
Charity Looper, UCLA transfer, first season at Louisville. Oh, bad at the net, and Symington able to take advantage of it. Not what the Cardinals were trying to do, obviously.
Yeah, great play there by the Clemson Tigers. So nice serve from Adria Powell to start that playoff. Symington stayed disciplined, and the Cardinals were in the net, so that gave a point to the Tigers.
She was one of 5 Tigers with at least 4 kills. Another point for Clemson. Tigers build the lead to 2 here in set number 3.
Adria Powell really started to bring it with her serve. And you know she has fun, because she doesn't play like full time in the back row. So the fact that she can bring something with her serve, I know that's exciting for her.
Powell out of Hubbard, Ohio. Boy, that is just almost unfair when you can set up a player of Kara Cressy's range at 6'6", and answer for Louisville.
Yeah, she's very effective behind the setter. That's usually called a slide. That seems to be one of her most favorite hits.
Tiger fans hoping for another win here in Derby this weekend, for another win on this Clemson campus this weekend. Slavic got it across. Glock sets it up, and De Beer. That's money all the time for the Cards. We're back even at 7 apiece.
And this certainly would make, like, the senior night, make Clemson's season to get to beat Louisville at home would be really exciting for them.
Serve delivered by C.C. Rush at the net. Symington had it blocked. Taylor. Kachenko.
Wow.
Great job by Rush, but couldn't control it.
Woo, that was a big hit from Kachenko there. And great timing. She was waiting here because the set's coming from her libero, Devin Taylor, off the shoulder of the Cardinal athlete there.
Tigers back up by 1. Kachenko trying to get a win on senior day. Slavic with the serve. Looper the dig. Glock setting it up. Nice touch by Kong. Better finish by De Beer.
Good thing no one got hurt on that play. De Beer had a fully open net. Tigers were not ready. Yeah, just out of system play here. She smashes it down.
Serve by Glock. Slavic. Daly. And she pushed it too far. Louisville moves back in front. And that time, Gildon unable to get the dig she desired. Then Louisville trailed moments ago, and here they are back in front.
Ace from the setter, El Glock there, 6-foot sophomore from Nebraska.
Ella Glock, the ACC setter of the week for a 4th time this season with the serve. Cardinals try to build in the lead, and they will.
That is a tough serve there. It's going right down the line. See, here comes the Tigers going to take a timeout and talk about it.
Louisville Cardinals trying to get win number 21 on the year.
Coach said, man, this coach done took over our office.
And answer by Looper on the dig. Gentle touch to Beer. Slavic, Daly, McGrath, and the block at the net. Oh, what a job trying to save it. But Wagner unable to. Cardinals just so much size. You've got the 6'6" Cressy, but Kong, we haven't seen a whole lot of today, factored in on that play.
Yeah, so good hustle here by the Tigers, good team effort, but yeah, solid block by the Cardinals. Ooh, that was a nice serve.
Glock got it in.
That's
13 service aces coming in.
Really tough serve, too. I mean, she is going straight down the line, so it looks like the Tigers are shifting around a little bit, try to give her a different view.
Her hometown used to be a David Letterman punchline, if you remember that show, and he would always say from the home office in Wahoo, Nebraska, the top 10 list. There's a set for Symington, so beautifully done. Grad student to true freshman. Tigers with a point.
Quick set here out of the middle for the Clemson Tigers. Symington, the freshman, puts it down from her senior leader, McKenna Slavic.
What a set for Kong. Senior from South Dakota.
That's when it's so fun to watch the Cardinals play, when they're in system, and again, they can run all their attackers. It's so hard to defend. So look at the Clemson Tiger block there. Really not doing much because it's just so difficult to defend all of them when they're in system.
Peregrine Kong closing in on 150 kills on the year. Way too strong for De Beer. Cardinals give the point right back.
Yeah, De Beer, just like when she hits, when she serves, I mean, she really has that, like, such a flat serve, such a flat spike, so the ball doesn't have a lot of topspin on it. So sometimes, you know, when it drops, it's very effective, but sometimes it just continues to float out of bounds.
Taylor the serve. Scott, Glock, Looper. Talk about being in system.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I mean, again, reason why they're #1 in the ACC many times over the past years, and one of the top teams in the country.
Elena Scott, second team All-American a year ago. Slavic sets it up, Daly blocked nicely, and then Jones getting a hand on it. De Beer, Powell with the answer.
Good play there by both teams. De Beer going up for it big time and, you know, swinging from the back row, but Powell's right there to block her.
Becca Maselli off the serve. Block setting it up. Great block at the net. Powell once again. Yeah, again, such a difference this year with her presence in the middle.
Yeah,
and for the lack of kills the Tigers have been able to match with opponents, you're made up right there, and Slavic was also part of it.
Yep, absolutely.
Back to a three-point set #3. Beautiful set. Kress couldn't keep it in. Cressy too strong that time. She's been so good so far today. Kara Cressy, the third-year sophomore out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Almost looked like the set was a little too low for her. She's so tall and she gets up so high that you really have to set her higher than you would most athletes.
But in beautifully by Aiko Jones. Continues her good afternoon. Jones, one of 2 with 10 kills on the Louisville team. De Beer, actually now 11 kills so far for Aiko Jones. Back to serve. Slavic had to go get it. Wagner. Kill for the freshman.
Wagner just having a huge night tonight. She's hitting 400%. She has aces, she's adding kills, digs. I mean, really, for a freshman, she's just doing it all tonight.
Leads Clemson now with 8 kills so far. In many respects, her game's a lot like De Beer, I think, of Louisville. They do a lot of work all over the floor. That time, the set perfectly for Cressy. Back out in front by 3. Cressy continues a big day.
There's the set she needed. You know, higher there. She could get her full extension on her reach, snap on the ball, and put it down.
One of 3 Cardinals now with at least 10 kills on the afternoon. Charity Looper back to serve. And dropped it beautifully. Gildon was unable to get any angle on it. Cardinals build on their lead. They're up by 4 at 18-14. Louisville, which lost the first set, trying to get back-to-back set wins. Friday night, Cardinals, one of the 3 top teams to lose in the conference. They fell to 11-2. So it created a 4-way tie between Pitt, Louisville, Georgia Tech, the list from that. But here they are off of that Notre Dame win. And so we'll go by that RPI listing. So you'd figure Miami, NC State are clear of danger at this point, as is Wake Forest, in addition to the Big Four. Could the league get 6, 7 teams in, maybe even 8 this year? To be determined, but a victory against Louisville would be a gargantuan statement, obviously, that Clemson could make for its resume. And out it goes off the serve. Looper again delivering a service ace.
Clemson Tiger fans are getting fired up here. They're trying to help their team stay in this match. They know what can happen if the Louisville Cardinals get in a groove and start to pull ahead.
And just like that, from ace to error, Tigers back within 4. It has been a raucous crowd for the most part. They've had plenty to cheer about. And it looked like the Tigers had tied set number 2, but a ruling was that Louisville got the point to win by 2. De Beer, power on the swing. Wagner the dig. Slavic sets. Kachenko elevating the 6'2 senior transfer from Oregon State.
Wow, this is one of the best performances I've seen from Kachenko. And again, it's her senior night, senior day here at Clemson in the old Derby gym. One-on-one opportunity, snaps high, puts the ball down.
Great dive by Scott. Blocked. Unable to do anything with it. Back within 2 is Clemson.
I believe that's the 3rd ace for Powell tonight, which is amazing. Again, she's the middle blocker. She brings so much when it comes to blocking. She's really been a strong attacking. Now she's bringing it from the service line.
Powell the serve. Block setting it up. De Beer. Great block at the net. De Beer. Coming through, though. Boy, that could have been disaster for Louisville. And look at the swing right there. Instead of being up by 1, they move back up by 3. You can tell De Beer is that steady voice for this team as well.
Right.
Just watching her on the court and her body language in general for her veteran head coach and ultra-successful head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly. And the Cardinals move a little bit closer, back up by 4.
Yeah, tough ace right there. You know, strong serve coming from the Cardinals, but not a time when the Tigers could really afford an ace against them.
Selly the dig. Off the ceiling. Good recovery by Rush. Back across De Beer. Slavic. Kachenko. Give the point to the Tigers. Looked like a legit dig by Looper, but not the case.
Yeah, Tigers are battling here. Again, 3rd set. We're tied 1-1 in the overall match. Big swing from Kachenko.
Tigers trying this afternoon to achieve something that's happened just once this decade, a win over a top 25 team. Back in October of 20, they knocked off Miami, off the ceiling. And the point will go to the Cardinals.
Symington's back just caught the net slightly there. Again, ball's bouncing off the ceiling, which we're not going to get to mention as much next year with the whole gym renovation. Hopefully not at all.
I was going to say, you're going to have to have someone with a bionic dig or set if it goes off the ceiling. Block serve. Symington went for the kill. Looper, a great dig. Jones got it across. Taylor for McGrath. Kong and Jones.
That's a huge block there from the Louisville Cardinals. Look how high both these blockers get over their net. Their hands are sealing the net. Tough to get past that one.
Tigers not only trying for just a 2nd ranked win this decade, but for their first ever top 10, and for what would be a highest ranked win as they have had the number 3 Cardinals on the ropes. De Beer blocked to the net by Symington. Glock the set. DeBeer again. Cardinals on set point.
And that's one thing that's so fun about DeBeer. Again, we know she's a leader for the Louisville Cardinals, but how she plays towards the ends of matches and when the point really matters. I mean, she just has like guts just flowing through her. You know you can count on her.
Glock for a win in the third set. Slavic sets it up. Daly, haven't heard much of her. Good
Big
dig
swing.
off the ceiling, and then a push across from behind. Tigers keep it alive. DeBeer, Glock. There's Jones.
Woo! You can hear that one. Beautiful snap. She loves it. Finds the gap in the block.
The high-flying Cardinal, Aiko Jones, with some fun.
They're really thinking, too, about winning the entire ACC and going strong into the NCAA tournament.
They go to Jones here in set number 3 and give her the first point. And a Tiger team that lost the 11 previous meetings against Louisville. The very fact that they could win set number 1, just the third time they've ever won a set against the Cardinals team, and the first time since Jones was in her first season at Louisville, 2018, still speaks volumes about the improvement by Clemson. Service error by Scott, and we're tied at 1-1.
Yeah, Clemson in that first set, they just played so disciplined, very little errors. They were keeping the Cardinals out of system with really tough serves.
McGrath serving. Block.
And so, for example, so that serve from the Tigers was right at one of the Cardinal players. She was able to get a perfect pass on it, which led to a perfect set and then a huge kill.
Cressy on the kill. Glock set her up. Another assist for Ella Glock. 770 on the season when the day began. On McGrath with Taylor. Wagner, but too strong. Kennedy Wagner has again done so many good things this afternoon. Cardinals a 2-point lead. Aiko Jones. Dig by McGrath, but once again, just looking uncomfortable. And Louisville quickly jumps down to a 3-point lead.
And this is what we expect from Louisville. I mean, they are to be the top number 3 team in the country right now. I mean, they do bring it from the service line, from attacking, digging, blocking.
Daly set up. DeBeer the dig. Off the ceiling, block. Looper blocked. Symington again. Great answer by Cressy. Wagner. And Cressy, another block. Cardinals getting a run going here in set number 4. A Louisville team that came in 6-2 in road matches this year, suffering that second loss to Georgia Tech Friday night. It snapped an 8-game winning streak. Prior defeat on the road came at NC State. So the southern reaches of the ACC have not been good destinations so far. We're going to get a review of that last point. Be our third review of the afternoon.
And we'll see exactly what they are watching here. Again, you can watch the entire last play. So some things I was noticing is the up ref is letting a lot of maybe mishits go, so they could be called as lifts. So she's clearly making that decision that I'm going to, let the ball play, keep the game going. But I'm not exactly sure what the challenge is. Maybe if the ball did cross the plane of the net, and if there was a touch, which it is close, then that means they could have played that ball. So basically Clemson's right now fighting for a replay.
It hit the net before it looked like it was touched by the Cardinals players. You would think that would make the call stand, but that is to be determined. As we are giving the officials as micro a review of this as possible. I guess they've determined that's the best angle because they want to see if ball made contact before any of the Louisville players did.
Yeah, it's right there on the top of the net.
Boy, that is a very tough job in real time. And it looks like the ball actually, in some ways, pushed the net into the arms of both Glock and her teammate, Cressy. It may be a situation where they just don't have enough to overturn, and it was a point awarded to Louisville. See if this angle tells it.
You can see there how high number 13, Cressy, does get when she blocks.
I'm going to defer to your expertise because there may be a little known codicil in the rules of volleyball that I'm missing here, but you would suppose once the ball hits the net, unless there is a variance for momentum of the net and contact still being live, but I would think that the initial call was based on the fact the ball hit the net, then went back to the Clemson side, regardless of whether a Louisville player ever touched the ball.
Yeah, so
but there's not a city. Is there a neutral zone, for lack of a better term, that could flip this back over to Clemson?
Yeah, so if Louisville has touched this ball at all, actually it should have been considered a live ball. So they're ruling that
Louisville will keep the point.
Yes.
So it was inconclusive, and again, it was a very gray area, but I believe the ultimate determination, and by rule, the ball hit the net, and that's what determined its ultimate finishing point.
Right.
It was not a matter of a Louisville player making contact with the net prior to the ball hitting
right,
the net.
Right.
So Jones, another opportunity to serve. Cardinals out to a 4-point lead. They really had a tough time over the first 1.5 sets, shaking Clemson, building any kind of working margin. Daly would like to make that kind of momentum move back in Clemson's direction.
Yeah, this is where Daly's so effective. It's so fun to watch her when she has these opportunities. She loves the line.
7th kill for the Tiger, who's second on the team. She now has 202 on the season. DeBeer, the dig. Glock setting up Jones.
Woo! That was from the back row, too. So a back row attack from Aiko Jones there.
Aiko Jones having a day. 14 kills. Just 8 at Georgia Tech Friday night. She's closing in on 200 on the season. Charity Looper back to serve. Slavic sets it up. Wagner, too strong for Looper.
Great kill there from the freshman Kennedy Wagner for the Clemson Tigers. As an outside hitter tonight, she's having a huge night. Hitting percentage now, 2.67. She's had 8 kills.
Becca Maselli, 7 service aces on the season. Diving in was Scott. DeBeer. Good dig by Taylor, but in the wrong direction. Louisville, not a lot of depth, but player who's going to be a factor for them in the future is just checked in, I think, for the first time in the match. Back to serve, CC Rush. And you will notice a 6'5" Reese Robbins right alongside Kong, and too strong on the delivery for Clemson. Robbins, number 25. And with Cressy in just her 3rd year at 6'6" to go with Robbins, they will be imposing again next year. Slavic sets it up. Powell swing. Jones. Rush drops it in. Maselli, Slavic. Beautiful set for Powell. Tigers back within 4.
Great play here by the Clemson Tigers. Adria Powell's up and in the air, waiting for her setter, McKenna, to set her the ball. Excellent kill.
Adria Powell had a great career at Ohio State in the Big Ten, and her talents have been.
And you're right, the Louisville Cardinals
year.
did do something interesting in that last play where they subbed their setter out, and probably to have a taller blocker up front. I was trying to figure out who was actually setting.
And a service error for Wagner. Best server on the team. That doesn't happen often. Cardinals go up by 5. I'll tell you, the energy and momentum in this building through that first set as Clemson moved on to the 25-19 victory. A signature memory on this senior day of 23 with a timeout on the court.
Coach said, man, this coach done took over our office.
And he's using the
The game's just gotten so fast and so powerful. As you can see here, when they hit and someone digs it, it's not supposed to bounce off the ceiling.
Yes, and again, we emphasize the final match with a low ceiling. It's not like we're going to turn into a planetarium or something like that. And I don't think they're considering a retractable roof. It's just the roof will be raised, and with the new configuration, with the number of fans that are able to get in here, they'll be able to raise the roof with noise as they have today in this intimate setting. McKenna Slavic gets the point.
There's going to be a lot of fun around the Raise the Roof campaign there.
Slavic, her final home match at Clemson. What a great career. One of the all-time greats. Put on a Clemson uniform. Served by Powell. Jones.
Wow, that's just an awesome display of athleticism there. I'm sure Jones already has her next steps in her career figured out, but here she is hitting out of the middle, and that's such a sharp, hard, difficult angle for most players to hit, and she makes it look easy.
Wagner at the net, blocked by Kong. Kong again on Symington. Slavic for Symington. DeBeer the dig. Glock the set. Kong, give her the point.
So at this point, the Cardinals are just playing the game that we're used to seeing from them. I mean, they're just so offensive, but they're also one of the leaders in defense and in serving. And so when they have all cylinders clicking, it's very difficult to beat them.
Slavic gets it back, centered for Wagner. DeBeer. Glock. Good job by Taylor. Shevchenko gets it across.
Oh, no.
And Jones going down, and let's see if she's okay.
Yeah, and the gym is silent because you hate to see that.
Yeah, hopefully just a situation where maybe she landed awkwardly and she can walk it off. So scary.
Mm-hmm. And it is, a lot of people do wonder, like, how does that not happen more in volleyball, right? I mean, it's just amazing with everyone at the net, and there's so much jumping, but usually everyone is just very in control of their bodies, and you know, you just you don't want this to happen, and sometimes it does, but it's actually, you know, fortunately not too often. And
dare I say, if there's the only silver lining I see so far, it doesn't look like they were giving attention to the knee area.
Right. Yep. And she's standing. Yep.
And you obviously hope there's no fracture of any kind, and if it's an ankle sprain, high ankle sprain's never better. She's putting weight on it. She's able to walk it off.
Yeah, so it looks like she's probably going to sit the rest of this match.
Hopefully just a matter of getting it iced and maybe some rest.
Exactly.
Be okay.
So let's see here what happened exactly. You can see how high she is, and it looks like she just landed on her own
she
players.
landed on the foot of Kong, and boy, you so often see that.
Yeah, so, you know, fortunately, hopefully ice, you know, maybe cold ice bath, but elevation, we just want her back.
Yeah.
As soon as possible, so that
fabulous
Louisville
player
can,
for this team.
Yeah, continue their dominant performance.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and attend to her over on the sidelines and get the ice on there. And as you can see, the athletic trainer working on the foot and the heel area.
I certainly had a decent amount of ankle sprains in my career.
I'm surprised in volleyball, maybe you've seen it, you probably have certainly, how many you don't often see because you so often have two players right next to each other jumping simultaneously.
Right. Yeah.
That there aren't more landings on the other
and there are,
foot.
potential for much, you know, more difficult, like ACL injuries that are very, very scary, and you know, all sports have their risks.
Looper, Glock, Kong. They will rely on the sizable 6'4" senior.
And this is one thing about Louisville I think they're known for. They're so quick. So they look like this quick set, quick hit, makes them very difficult to defend.
Cardinals by 7. Kong getting a rest after recording that point. But Jones's day is done. 15 kills, 520 hitting percentage. One of her better matches of the season. Scott. And too strong for Symington. Cardinals build the lead to their largest of the day at 8.
Symington had a good idea there. She was trying to swing high, snap high to get, again, look, she's facing Cressy there, the 6'6" middle blocker for Louisville.
There's a set for Daly. Asia Daly the kill. 14-7.
Good kill there by Asia Daly. Her 7th kill for the night.
Mia McGrath the serve. DeBeer for Glock. And the block in the net. Just in. Lana Bankston for Louisville is denied.
Yeah, she's playing now for Aiko Jones, who's on the sideline. Looks like she's getting her ankle taped
It's actually being taped. The fact that they're not putting ice on it, I think is a good sign
Yeah,
for
exactly.
a potential return.
Yeah.
Although the Cardinals' lead is now 7. And I think that's very positive news for Aiko Jones. You see the taping. How many times in your career did you have your ankles taped?
Oh,
it has to be in
actually,
hundreds?
yeah, I prefer taping over ankle braces personally.
Yeah. Boy, look at that kill. Symington. Freshman feeling it.
Because you do want your ankles to be able to take like some wear and tear and be flexible enough to bounce back because, it does happen. And so you want them to be like strong enough. But yeah, ankle injuries are just a part of volleyball.
6 kills for Symington. DeBeer. Glock. From the middle, DeBeer. But she couldn't keep it in. Tigers creeping back. They were down by 8, back within 5.
Yeah, this is good. Looking great for the Clemson Tigers. Still a lot of room to play in this set, playing to 25.
Devin Taylor. DeBeer. Glock sets it up. Looper. Elevated. Hung there. Gets the point.
I mean, that's just amazing how high she is in the air.
Listed at 5'9", she plays really like she's about 6'3".
She's only 5'9", yeah, for sure.
The other day, I put a basketball player's measurement. He's 6'6". I put him at 6'2". When I mentioned it, I felt awful. Something I'm always paranoid of is Powell comes through with the kill. She's having a fine senior day. Adria Powell with a 6 kills so far.
She really is. We've always known she's such a great blocker, but she's really turned it on lately with her attacking and how effective she is from the service line.
Becca Maselli off the serve and ducking, and a really wise move by Camden Schramm.
Coach Keir there looking to see if that ball maybe was in, wondering if she should use a challenge. I think she's going to let it go, though.
Back to a 6-point lead for the Cardinals. CC Rush from just across the river from Louisville in New Albany, Indiana, off the serve. Here's a set for Wagner. Give her the kill.
Wagner finding the seam there against a huge block from the Cardinal team. It's a way, out of system play here. For her to be able to get a kill on that is awesome.
And we see Aiko Jones now having had her ankle taped and the shoe put back on and now back up on her feet and looking like she may be able to return. That would be huge for Louisville. Too strong for Wagner. Tigers will get within 5. Louisville will go back up by 6. That's what's happened here over the past several points for either side.
And this is also a fun matchup of two of our strong female coaches that we have in the sport of volleyball right now. With you got Coach Jackie Simpson-Kerr for the Clemson Tigers and Coach Danny Busboom Kelly for the Louisville Cardinals.
Devin Taylor's dig. Slavic setting it up. Sent back. There was the 6'4" Pegrid Kong. Jackie Simpson-Keir looking like she's confused as to how the scoring went right there. 7-point advantage. Block serve. Nice dig. Maselli. Slavic got it across, but she'll give the credit back to her teammate, the sophomore from Naples.
Yeah, she has so much fun when she does this. So she's pretending like she's going to set. And instead, she just sends the ball over and catches the Cardinals off guard.
Powell the serve. Looper sets it up. A kill delivered by Bankston. Got to feel good as she was pressed into duty in emergency fashion with Jones getting hurt. Gets her first of the afternoon. Cardinals by 7. Here's De Beer. Taylor the dig, but in the wrong direction. Got a timeout call. Louisville Cardinals closing in on a 21st win this season. They would avoid back-to-back losses for the first time this year. And there is a Tiger that came this year from Oregon State, Katerina Kachenko. You may be familiar if you follow Clemson volleyball that she is a native of Ukraine. So I would suppose much more on her mind than just volleyball over the past couple of years. But she has been really phenomenal this afternoon, and over the past couple of weeks, her role has increased. She's been the one that they've been using in many respects throughout the season in Derby Gym. The flag of her native country has been displayed as we've become familiar with that in this country.
Yeah, that's really good to point out. You know, sometimes it's more than just the sport that these athletes, they're students, they're potentially from other countries and all that could be going on with their own families. So yeah, good to mention that. And she's really played very, very well tonight. 9 kills, unbelievable hitting percentage, over 800.
9 kills so far today and 38 kills coming into the season. So it gives you an idea just how her role has increased. Coming off a very good effort against Notre Dame the other night. Tiger fans trying to rally their team from this 8-point deficit. Set number 4 after Clemson took the opening set. Kachenko will watch from the sideline as De Beer serves. Going for the kill, McGrath. The block, though, delivery. Boy, Bankston contributing big since she came off the bench. And you got to think the thought on the Louisville side is if we don't have to put Jones back out there, probably best to avoid that. De Beer serve, a sinker. Slavic setting up McGrath. Glock for Kong. And Louisville moves within 2 of getting the match win.
Yeah, Louisville's definitely in control of the set right now, which means they're also in control of the match. It is best of 5, so Louisville leads 2-1 in the overall match.
Off the Maselli dig. Here's a set for De Beer. I'm so sorry, McGrath. I had Louisville on my mind for some reason. Mia McGrath coming through.
Mia McGrath, the sophomore for the Clemson Tigers.
23-14. Slavic the serve. Big by Scott. Glock sets it up. Daly keeping it alive.
Again, 2 players going for the ball.
And Symington. Daly. Scott. Looper off the hands of
Nice slow
Symington.
down block there by the Clemson Tigers.
Daly off a beautiful set from Slavic. Signature right there.
Yeah, Aisha Daly just loves this opportunity. So great back set. She's one-on-one against the Cardinal blocker.
Off the dig. Oh, what a beautiful play. Scott was a little bit too strong on the dig, but there was Glock to set up Kong.
So you can see here again, great serve, setter. So Symington jumped with the setter, which I believe she was back row. So as Symington grows and matures as a middle blocker, she does not need to jump on that because the setter's not allowed to hit it over when she's back row.
Point for the Cardinals and sneaking it across Scott, and that's how it ends. Elena Scott came in with 22 service aces. Gets that one to seal the deal. Louisville takes the final set 25-15. After losing the opener, they rallied.